Right, so sorry about that. My internet crapped itself out. So someone, Blue Flag has kindly uploaded replay for me. So I'm going to quickly stream the final section of this race. And I think we left with Ross and Blue Flag battling. Yeah, shame. Well, don't know why. So let's get into it. Thank you anyone who's coming back in. Please like it, share, subscribe, all that kind of fajazzleness. But off we go. We're going to get this thing rolling. Watching on with Blue Flag and Ross as they battle into the final corner. Final corner, into the start-finish straight. Oh dear. So we had Duval in the lead, Graham in second, T. Smith in third, but was probably looking as the better placed person with his tyres. Jonesy in fourth, Ross in fifth, Blue Flag sixth, Mikey up in seventh at the moment. Ross, I think, had to pit again for soft tyres, so I was questioning whether the mediums that he was on for such a long time was a good idea. But Blue Flag was catching him, and we'll see if Blue Flag can make anything happen. Although I think something happens. Blue Flag right on the back of him, but there, I think I got a glimpse of something happening there in the last stream. Blue Flag just losing control of the car, and shortly to be followed by Oven going through. So a group of cars, and I think if I go on board with Ron, I'll go behind them. This looked a little spicy going into turn one. Oh. Ah, yes, that was, yes. That was what I call a potential torpedo move. I'm not sure if that was caught on the previous straight. But Ron into seventh, Mikey into eighth, Blue Flag having a disastrous lap. Into 9th, Homer 10th, Biggles 11th, Lee in 12th on soft tyres. After having a promising looking start to the race, I'm not sure if this is going to work out quite well for Lee. Zom and Goose battling, as they do. So they're doing a decent job on some very worn medium tyres. Duval pits from the lead. Goose sends it up the inside of Zom. Zom tries to cover it a bit. Oh, Goose gets Larry coming out of that corner. Still a few up top needing to pit yet. Some of them do still need to pit, Derek. Looking at the back there, so Graham inherits the lead. Jonesy also pits. So Graham potentially needing to pit for softs. Again, can't remember now because of this whole internet being stupid business. But T. Smith, who we know for sure does not have to pit. I can't give you gaps, I'm afraid. But he was what, roughly 5 seconds potentially to Graham. So T. Smith looking to inherit the lead shortly. Ross has now been freed of a Blue Flag and does not have to look in his mirrors anymore, but will have to pit for soft tyres. Probably should start thinking about that soonish if he wants to have enough laps to make any overtakes. Tom Duval has come back out on his soft tyres in 4th place. That is reasonably well positioned. A lot of scrapes on that car. Ross started on softs. Oh yeah, I forgot. GT1 drivers can be in the stream. Thanks to the wonders of technology, the GT1 drivers can show up and tell me things. Thank you, Ross. So Ross started soft, so no, Ross is all good till the end then. So Ross looking for a podium. Duval in 4th. Don't think he will catch up to Ross. But who knows? They know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. And the GT2 guys don't know what's happened. So it's all new to us. And GT1's just like, yeah, this happens, and this happens. Either way, Oven in 5th. On medium tyres. He won't be catching Duval anytime soon, I don't think. Mikey in 6th. Medium tyres. Should be good till the end. Blue flag trying to recover. All over the back of Mikey at the moment. Derek McDonald, no spoilers. We're talking about all these cars have got spoilers. What happens? Yeah, crew, you'll just have to find out, mate. Or if you're asking what happened to the stream, well, that was my dodgy internet, which is never usually dodgy, but for some reason it just crapped itself during this stream. Graham pits from the lead, which means Smith is now in 1st, Ross is now in 2nd, Duval is up into 3rd. Blue flag looking to make the overtake on Mikey going into turn 1. Looks like he's going to make that stick. Will Mikey come back at him? Not this time by. Might have a little look into the next corner. Pair of them on similar tyre wear for their medium tyres. Rom dropped off a little bit from these two. Looking at getting back with them. Everybody else is alone. So Goose is on. He's unpitted. I think he's on might have pitted. So there's your race leader. With only a handful of laps remaining. Significantly out in front, so he does not have anything to worry about. Meanwhile, Ross in 2nd. I don't know actually. Hard tyres versus softs. Saw yesterday that there is a significant catch up when you're on the soft tyres, as I can attest to. But Duval might be looking for a potential 2nd place. Catching hand over fist. That gap is significantly lower than it was the lap before. So have to keep an eye on that. Ovens pretty much by himself on track. Graham gapping. Blue flag is he's on mediums compared to Graham's softs, so that could be a bit of a struggle to catch up and take 5th. Need to keep an eye on Mr. Duval here. As at the end of this lap, he is going to be right on Ross. All the arrows seem pretty spaced out. I don't think there's anyone really together apart from these two. Tom Duval will not be able to make any move into turn 1 this time by, unless he was to send it like an absolute demon. Mikey and Rom, there's Rom dropped back again. Mikey on mediums, Rom on mediums, so not quite sure what's happened there. I could go back, but we're not going to do that. We're going to treat it as if nothing happened to the stream. But Mikey having a decent little recovery run, I think. Genuinely surprised that he's got by Rom there. Rom looking pretty strong earlier in the race. But your main battle for the final part of this race is going to be these two. Hards versus softs. But I believe it's only a matter of time depending on if Duval can make those softs last. They are looking decidedly worn. There we go, get a good drive out of here, and he can make a move into turn 1. He will go on board. Oh, centre helmet, very fitting. Ross cover the inside, no, Ross stays to the outside. Duval sends it in very deep. And Ross keeps the position with the cutback. Duval arriving with all kinds of speed there. Ooh, ooh. Good dodge. Ross goes on the defensive. Graham might have something to do with oven, potentially, but at the moment, Duval can't find a way past Ross. Little dink there, maybe. Ross possibly parking it on the apex. Doing everything he can to keep that Alpine behind him. As the Tang Chinese takeaway car comes around the final corner. So should probably have a look at T. Smith, sorry. Taking the line, taking the win. Solid drive from him. I keep getting distracted whenever there's a battle at the very end of the race. But it looks like Ross is going to eke it out against Duval. Unless Duval can get him at the line. Not this time. Oven stays ahead of Graham. Blue flag recovers to 6th. Mikey finishes just ahead of Rom. Jonesy back in 9th. Shows what he thought of that race. Biggles in 10th. Haven't really seen much of Biggles, I do apologise. Lee in 11th. Looked very strong at the beginning of this race with his hard tyre stint, and didn't work out for him. Homer crosses line in 12th. Oblivion will come home in 13th. And Goose will come across in 14th ahead of Zomlau, who brings it home in 15th position. Well, there we go. I do apologise for the interruption in the stream there, but I thought it would be best to finish this stream with the replay as soon as possible. Solid job there from T. Smith, and also the other drivers, some of them having severe issues once again with some serious tyre wear. If I just look up quickly, oh yeah, next week will be the Daytona week, so it'll be the oval in the Group 4s, which I can tell you is going to be interesting. Renault Megane's on an oval. I might call in sick for that race. And then it is the road course for the hypercars for GT1 and the GT3 cars for GT2. And I believe it will be a night race, at least for GT2. I'm assuming it will be the same for GT1. I believe the Tomahawks have got headlights. Thank you very much for everyone that rejoined the stream, the end bit of the stream. Again, I do apologise, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully the GT1 guys enjoyed coming in just to see the end of it. So yeah, join us again next week for the Daytona event, and that's it. I'll see you all later. Have a good one, guys.